Okay, it is almost set up. I'm so sorry, guys. 5 minutes. It's okay. It's not that bad. Exhaust says, what about Pipe Bmx? Bro, that's a funny story. Hold on, I'm about to switch on the camera, so give me 1 sec, okay? And then I will rant about Pipe Bmx, because that was a disaster. Okay. Wait, which one am I even on? Like, am I... Okay, cool. I was like, bro, what if this was on the whole time you guys were just watching me, like, set up and stuff? Anyway, what's up, Chase? How are you? Wait, maybe the sound... Okay, the sound should be working, but it's probably echoing. How's that? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Alright, what's up, guys? Can you see me? Can you hear me? How's life? I hired this video editor, and he's kind of mad at me because I told him the videos would be less than 15 minutes long, and the one I sent him as like a test is like 23 minutes long. Yikes. Here, I'm going to pull up YouTube so I can kind of watch myself and watch the comments, but nobody's got any questions except somebody, Aiden. Aiden says, man, you need a ton more subs. Yeah, the echo, I had 2 things going on, so that should be good. Yeah, so I really want to figure out how to play... Oh, God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How to play Pipe Bmx, but I don't know how. I can't figure out how to make everything work. Sean, my day is okay. How about yours? Is it bright enough? Do I need to make it brighter? This layout looks all messed up. Oh, my God. Anyway. I don't know, guys. Got nothing for you. Oh yeah, what'd you guys think about the video? Why is the screen black? Like I said, I'm trying with a new camera, so I'm not sure. Not sure what I'm doing. I mean, maybe it's working, maybe it's not working. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We're just streaming it. We're feel like I need more light though. I feel like I'm not in focus. Am I even in focus? Actually, so the reason, like, you guys are like, bro, why are you all over the place? The reason that it took me so long is because I went to Best Buy, like just now, to pick up a cable that goes from this new camera into here, and then it doesn't do 4K. So I think I'm trying to stream it I don't know. Whatever. Hamza. Yes, Hamza, I remember you. I was just, I saw your comment. You said, man, I missed the live streams. And well, guess what? Here they are. They're back for now. I know I wasn't able to do them for a while, and I feel bad because, honestly, I have a lot of fun doing these and kind of hanging out with you guys and just being able to answer your questions. And what's crazy to me is that we have a really good relationship. Like, I know a good amount of my subscribers and my followers, and I think that's really cool because not many people do that. So you guys are dope. Lucas is talking about his friends being better than him. But I feel like I got distracted. Chase, what are you doing today? All right. I'm looking at all your questions. Keep throwing questions in. Propaganda liked the ditch video. That's good because it was kind of what's the word? Cringy, right? It was kind of cringy, but it was kind of fun. It's different. And so the secret thing, guys, it's not really a secret. I don't care if you know. We're doing a separate bike school YouTube channel, and the idea with that is that we're going to make like more informational content, like to help you guys with really specific parts of tricks. Not necessarily the how-to videos, but like, for example, I filmed the one tip to lock into a manual, because controlling a manual is different. Turning in a manual is different, but actually locking into it is a really in-depth part of the manual that I think a lot of how-to videos kind of overlook. So we're filming a lot of bike school specific videos. That's going to be on a different channel. But what I'm ranting about is that every time I go out and film a bike school video, I also film one for me. So whether it's just like at the ditch, I was filming a bar spin video, and then I was like, I'm just going to film something of me riding around in the ditch. I wish there was more of a storyline to it, but there really wasn't. And it was just random. I'm like, now I'm going to hit the wall ride. But it's a lot of fun. It's definitely fun. All right, I'm popping up the stream so I can look at it, make sure everything looks good. It's just spinning though, so that's not good. Is it even working for you guys? Can you see me? All right, I'm glad the cringe humor is okay. Hey, real quick, because when I'm looking at the stream, oh, maybe it's working now. I'm like, I don't see me, and that's not good. Do you guys see me? I see your comments. Gabe, what's up, Gabe? Okay, you can see me. That's all that matters. You know, I'm looking at the camera, and like, it's supposed to be recording because, as you guys know, I record these and then I clip the sections of them and then put clickbait thumbnails on there to make you guys watch it again. And I just see a black screen, and I see a black screen here. So I don't know. Oh, well, I'll quit worrying about the stream. You guys, there's a lot of comments in here. Lots of good stuff about bike lines and all that good stuff. So I heard, here's a rumor. This is just a rumor, but Kink talked about the whip. Yeah, the Kink whip being shipped out to stores very soon. So they're going to start arriving in the stores. And you know what that means? The review video is filmed and it's ready to go. It's very exciting this year. It's a little bit expensive, but it's, I mean, the prices went up on everything. So the review video is ready to go. As soon as that Kink whip is out, it's going up for you guys. And there's a lot of people kind of waiting on it. But it's like, God, how much longer should I wait? You know? And I think the answer is as long as you have to. It's a really solid choice. Okay, this is bugging me. I got the stream. The stream's working on my end, but where it says Hazama donated $5. Oh, I'm trying to click on it so I can move it over. And then I also saw something about Phoenix. Sean, what's up, Sean? Guys, on the ditch video, Sean commented, I pinned it, so if you haven't seen it, you should look. But he's like, I dig up my grandma and grind her bones into table salt for a ditch like that in my town. It's a pretty good, there's really good ditch in El Paso, so I'm going to have to show you guys that ditch. We'll do a video. I've got a few good videos on in the what do you call it, in the pipeline, in the works. I've got some good ideas. I haven't filmed anything yet, but okay. Ice Skate landed his first double peg yesterday, bro. Congrats. Oh, I need to, I'm gonna pin my own comment with this link in case anyone throws money at me. This makes it easier, and then YouTube doesn't take a bunch of it. So hold on. I'm almost set up. Okay. Almost. Okay. All right. Okay. You guys answer this real quick. Should I start at the top and go through all the questions, or should I just start with what I can see right now and then just start going and let you guys keep throwing your questions in? What do you think? I want to give a shout out to the first few people in here. Actually, that's what I want to do. Oh my God. There's so many comments. You guys are awesome. I miss doing these lives. Honestly, I was like, so look, we're going to start it off with story time. Actually, I started with, we have more than 5728 subscribers too. Now we have 5,800. Anyway, yes, Chase, we need to go to the hook. We also need to go to the Dennis Henderson ditch that he flip whipped. Is it Van Buren? I don't know what it is, but, anyway, story time. Tuesday after work, I come back from driving around, and I get back to work, and then I look and my radiator's all psst. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. So anyway, then I filled up what I could with it, and then I drove to AutoZone. I bought radiator stop leak, and it was like $30. It's like, Jesus Christ. I come home, I read the instructions. I'm going to throw that in. Then I was like, wait. A new radiator is like 130. The stop leak's 30. I might as well return the stop leak, buy the radiator. Okay. Went over there. Well, no. I asked my nice neighbor for a ride to AutoZone, and she gave me a ride to AutoZone, got a radiator, came back, started changing it out, had it out and everything at like, probably by about midnight. So I had to take the fans off the old radiator, put them on the new radiator, and then they didn't line up. And I was like, oh my God, I wanted to be done so I could go to work on Wednesday. Anyway, they didn't line up. So then my neighbor again gave me a ride to AutoZone in the morning. I got the other radiator. It was the wrong size. So then we had to go to Napa and get another radiator. Anyway, finally got it all switched out. But moral of the story is I missed work on Wednesday. So I was going to work on Friday. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just do the live stream. You guys are awesome. I'm going to do that. I'm going to miss work Friday too. And just for this. So here we are doing the live stream. Anyway, did anyone care about that story? I don't know, but I did. So anyway, Giovanni, thanks man for being the first one here on the stream. I know there was a handful of you guys on the other stream. Like I scheduled it and then I don't know what I'm doing with Streamlabs. So like when I started the stream, it started a new one and you guys are here on the new one. Anyway, Giovanni, Declan, Ice Skate, Propaganda, and JDA. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being, super fast onto the stream. Thank you. Okay, so let's go to some of these questions. I see right here, JDA said, I would never give you money. Dude, you're the best, JDA. You know that. I appreciate you. I can't wait. My birthday's middle of my voice cracked. My birthday's in the middle of September. And I'm going to take like a week off and go somewhere. So I'll probably come through Phoenix for sure. And we can catch a sesh and go shoot guns. That'd be super fun. I appreciate you. Okay. Now, Gabe was our most recent person to join bike school, and he posted like this video. Gabe, this kind of stuff is what I sent it to Nick too when you replied on the Instagram thing and said that it was super helpful. I'm like, this is what we need. You're progressing crazy fast. It's insane to see. Gabe posted a video like a week ago when he first got his bike. And what was your hop at, Gabe? How high were you hopping when you started, Gabe? Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. Now we're back. I had to take that text break. What was I talking about? Oh, Gabe. Yeah, Gabe's hop. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't very high. It was pretty decent, but it wasn't very high. And he's been, the other thing though, Gabe, like being in bike school helped him a lot, but he's also been putting in crazy amounts of work. Like every day he goes out there and practices bunny hops or fakies or whatever he's going to do. And Gabe, good job. Couple inches and now he's close to a foot. Yeah, it's crazy. So Gabe, good job, man. You're going to kill it. You guys all kill it. I love you guys. Some Vaughn, hey, you may or may not remember my comments, but that minor over the bars turned into a fractured collarbone and messed up my back. Oh my God. I do remember. It was quite a while ago, right, Vaughn? That's crazy. That's kind of how it works. Like you just get a small little crash and then it turns into a not so small little crash. I hope you heal up fast, man. What's a collarbone, like 2 months? I think it's about 2 months. I hope it's only 2 months. Sean Anderson says, what bike is better, 2022 Sunday X Eric Elstrad or the 2022 Sunday Forecaster Ross? So the Forecaster frame is full chromoly. That's cool. And it's also a lot cheaper than the Sunday X. However, the Sunday X has full chromoly bars and forks. Still only has single wall rims like the Forecaster, but the bars and the forks are going to be a little bit stronger. And overall, I think the X is a better bike, but it's also more expensive. So if you're on a really tight budget, go with the Forecaster. It's going to be fine. You might have to replace your bars later. You might have to replace your forks because forks bend. But if you have the money to spend, go with the X because, like I said, those foundational parts are a lot more important to have high quality. So I've snapped bars, I've bent bars, and same with forks. Like it happens, definitely. So if you can avoid that by spending a little extra money up front, I think that's a good choice. What's up, Isaac? How you doing, man? Hello says your neighbor is nice. Hello. My neighbor is nice. I don't know who you are. Are you my neighbor? Mateo says, where could I get the Kink whip when it comes out? Mateo, you can get it wherever you want, honestly, man. Just make sure that they're only charging you like $500. If it's more than 500, they're kind of overcharging you, so don't get ripped off. But I'm going to say, like, I always tell people, go from Dance Comp. I post links to Dance Comp, and I say, hey, check this out. You know, here's this bike, blah, blah, blah. And if you guys buy anything through that link, I get a commission because I'm helping them get sales. And so in return, I get a little bit of money from that. It's like enough to buy a coffee or whatever, you know, but it really supports the channel. So I'm going to promote Dance Comp because they messed up a few years ago. They, orders didn't go out. They were in the process of selling. And so it was just a big ordeal. You know, they said, hey, we messed up. And now they're actually on it. They're doing really good. I have a good relationship with most of those guys over there. And so I'm going to help them as much as I can because they're helping me out. And that affiliate thing has literally changed this from like, it's helped the channel out. Like I can't even speak on how much. It's crazy. So that's what I'm going to recommend. My link through Dance Comp, but literally get it from wherever you want. It's totally up to you. Giovanni says, Doug, any tips on the Foot Jam 180 flat? Giovanni, where are you at with it? Like, are you... Yeah, I've got to know how close you're getting. So for me, it's like, I could just walk you through it. Yo, and with the finger bike on this new camera, I think it'll look pretty good. Here, let's see. Yeah, okay. The delay is less for me on the stream when I'm looking at it from here. It's kind of hard to show you on this. But basically, you're going to be riding along, okay? And when you want to go into the Foot Jam 180, you're going to throw your weight forward, okay? Throw it forward and to the direction you want to spin. So for me, I spin to the left. I'm going to throw my weight forward. I'm going to drop my shoulder to the left. And what that's going to do is that's going to pick it up and pivot it around like this, okay? So throw it up, spin it around. And then when you're doing that, that's when you throw your foot in. Your foot goes in probably at about 90 degrees. So throw it up, start to spin, throw your foot in, and that locks you into it. And then keep that spin going. So keep your shoulder turned, keep your head turned, and then it'll come around. You also want to suck your knees up. When you suck your knees up on that, it pulls it up higher off the ground, and you're able to get it around a little bit more. But I think the issue that most people have is that they compress their body and they throw it in the direction they want to spin, but they don't throw it forward enough so it doesn't get the back tire up off the ground. And they throw their foot in too early. So make sure you're waiting and you're pivoting, and then you catch your foot at about 90 degrees. That should help you out a lot. Arcel says, how good is Cult rims? Your honest opinion. I'm not sure, man. I really can't speak on it because I haven't really ridden Cult rims. I ride like really cheap Sun Rhino Light rims. They're like $40. They're basic double wall, but they're just real basic cheap rims. So I can't speak on the Cult rims. You know, anytime I do a review on something, I only talk about it like if I can. So like the bike reviews, I can look at the specs, I can look at the quality and say how it is. But something like rims and parts, that's why you don't see a lot of part reviews on the channel, is because I don't have them in hand. And I feel like those are something you really do need to test to like give a good review on. And so I've never ridden Cult rims, and I don't know. I'm sure they're good. I mean, as long as they're double wall rims, I think most double wall rims are pretty much going to be the same. There's a lot of different aspects to it. I think G Sport and Alienation and Cinema build the best rims. But yeah, I don't know. That's a hard question. I'm sorry. I wish I was more help. Raider Al says, should I get a gyro on my Sabrosa Letum 2021 to make bar and tail whips easier? Thanks. I think if you have to have brakes, and that is like, you're like, look, if I don't have brakes, I'm going to die. Yeah, go ahead and do that, because then having the brakes is going to help you spin them around easier. It also actually, for tail whips, secret tip, brakes do help a lot, because when you kick the tail whip, you can pull the brake. Pulling the brake stops the wheel from spinning, so it's going to give you less rotational weight, and it's going to whip the bike around easier. But that's kind of like tail whip level 2000. Like, we're not worrying about that right now, but it does help, especially double whips, triple whips, things like that. Aside from that, is it really, I don't know. How far around does your whip come before your straight cable tangles up? You know, if you can get the whip all the way around and your straight cable doesn't get tangled up, you're going to be fine, because then you just undo it or spin the bars to like get it back to where it needs to be. But, yeah, I don't think it'll help you as much as you think. If you're looking for like an easy, quick fix, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I didn't really answer your question. And so I don't think replacing them is going to help you as much as you think. If you're looking for like a quick fix solution, the brake deal probably won't matter that much, but could make your life just a little bit easier, since you don't have to worry about everything tangling up. Is that a better answer? I think that's a much better answer. Whoops. Beakzot. Doug, how to jump fun box. Nick just finished the how to jumping video for bike school. And it talks about all the different things that you would jump. And I don't want to give too much away, because I feel like what he figured out in that video was really groundbreaking in a sense. But the tip I'll give you is that when you jump a fun box, if you're trying to clear it, a lot of people, I'll just tell a story about me actually. Chase and I, so Chase is here in the stream, went to Albuquerque, and I'm pretty okay on a bike way back. This was way back. And I was like, these dirt jumps are easy. There's not even a middle missing. Like it's flat, but you could clear it. And I'm like, this looks easy. So I go pedal at it, go pull up as high as I can, because obviously that's how you jump farther, right? And then I'd go and I'd case the hell out of it. And I'm like, what is going on? Many years down the road, I figured out what was going on is that I was pulling back too far. So when you're hitting a jump, you're hitting a box jump or whatever, pulling back and pumping up is how you get higher, but not necessarily farther. So if you're doing that a lot, you're going to need to get a lot more speed to like push the trajectory out. Okay. On the contrary, if you don't pull back and you push forward, you're going to go a lot farther, but not very high. So if you're going really slow at a jump, that's how you want to hit it. And you need to kind of learn those two different things is like, what's my speed? What's the trajectory of the lip going to send me? And then do I have to pull off? Do I have to push forward? So like a spine, for example, if you watch people hit a spine, that thing is like this. So they've got to come off right here and land right here. And they're going really fast, right? So the only way to hit that is to literally pull back as hard as you can, pop straight up, and then go back down. If they hit it and pushed forward like you would on a really long box jump, they land flat and die. So on the fun box, balance, like mess with your speed with how much you pull back. I definitely recommend your first few times hitting it, don't really pull back at all. You're not going to get very high. You're going to go a lot farther. But then you can kind of mess with it from there. Once you've got the speed figured out, you're clearing it, then you can go faster and pull back harder to get that height. But don't do what I did and just pull back crazy because you think that that's how it works. That's not going to work. You're welcome, Raider Al. You're welcome. Hamza, what is your question? I don't see it right here, man. Throw it in again, Hamza. Throw it in again. Oh my God, there's so many good questions. You guys are awesome. Step Bro Skirts, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in here in a long time. I'm looking for my water. I'm kind of thirsty. Found it. Isaac Farley said, what's up? What's up, Isaac? I think I already said what's up. Yeah, Hamza, I see you say okay. Super Noob Smith, how you doing, man? Is this too loud? I feel like I'm breaking your guys' ears. I'm sorry. I get so hyped. Also, I'm killing my posture. Do you guys think I should try and make the pipe thing? I think what I'd have to do, I have to go to Chase's house and bum his computer, because Chase has a really fast computer. My computer's not so good, obviously. All right, we got Doug how to jump a fun box. We answered that. Gabe says, as a beginner with only a few weeks under my belt, at what point can or should I go brakeless? That is a good question. I'm trying to think about when I went brakeless. I had been riding for maybe about a year, I'd say. I could do 180s. I could do 360 tire taps and kind of those kinds of tricks before I went brakeless. But the thing was, I was fine with brakes. I loved it. I wanted a gyro because I wanted to be like Harry Main. And then eventually what I figured out is I was watching videos of myself back that we'd record on our flip phones. Oh my God. And, that's crazy. Like on my mom's phone. Anyway, what I realized is before I do any trick, I'd pull the brakes. So I'd pull it just a little bit and like slow myself down, even though I didn't need to. And what I was like, look, this is kind of killing my ability. Like I'm using it as a crutch, and that's not very good. I didn't like that, and so that's why I took them off. Otherwise, I probably would have kept riding them. I think it's really important. You learn a whole different like level of bike control when you ride brakeless. You learn how to de-pump to slow down. You learn how to slide out your tire to slow down so you don't have to take your feet off. There's a lot of different like foundation things, like bike control things, I guess, that you learn brakeless, but they are kind of more mid-level or advanced level. So whenever you start to feel comfortable, Gabe, I mean, take them off and see what you think. Don't cut them off with wire cutters. That way, if you change your mind, you can put them back on. But brakeless is good. And if you're not riding down the busy streets of LA, you're not hill bombing anything, you should be okay brakeless anyway. And then, yeah, I think, yeah. So whenever you feel comfortable, try it, see how you like it, and then put them back on if you hate it. Hamza, I don't think it's letting your question come through, because if you said your question again, I definitely didn't see it. I see you say, okay. I really want to answer your question, man. But it's not there. Maybe they think that you're trying to spam me. Oh, here's one. Is this the question? I want to buy a Kink Bmx, but I don't know what I have to do. Talk to someone, the owner, or send an email. That doesn't help me out very much. I don't know what why can't you just buy it? Like, do you live somewhere that there's no Kink Bmx bikes? Where do you live? I'll message their marketer. I'll message Jake, and I'll say, hey, can you guys ship bikes here? And then we'll see what he says. Otherwise, I feel like Source is really good at, like they ship pretty much anywhere. If you get Source and they have a Kink in stock, then you can go ahead and do that. But otherwise, I'm not sure why you can't buy a Kink. You gotta help me out there. Gotta help me figure that out. JDA says I'm trying to eat better, but they open a Cane's a mile from my work. Bro, we have a Cane's here. I love Cane's. It's so good. And I'm on a chicken fix. Like that's all I've been eating. I'll go get chicken strips from Whataburger. I'll get chicken strips from wherever, and it's bad, but they do really good chicken strips. One thing, funny story, McDonald's is closed. The closest one to me is closed. But last year was like the last time I went to a McDonald's, because I would always stop there on my way to El Paso. There's a McDonald's by the park, and I'd get the chicken strips. They just changed their chicken strip recipe. They're killer. I loved them. And then they quit doing them during COVID. And I'm like, oh my God. So I literally haven't been there since I got rid of the chicken strips. It's a touchy subject. You know who has terrible chicken strips? Do you guys even care? You probably don't care. Sonic. Sonic's chicken strips are the most disappointing things. I went to Red Lobster. Never mind. I'm just going to tell you all the disappointing food stories. Sonic has the most disappointing chicken strips I've ever had. Period. I think I'm going to get a GoPro today. Then I can film more like vlog stuff like the ditch. I was just thinking of that. What do you guys think? Do you like GoPro footage? So imagine this. This is good, actually, because I almost did it when I was picking up the cable for this, and I was like, no. But imagine this. So it'd just be me, right, riding around. I go to the park. I can have this to set up, but then it's kind of hard to film self-films. But if I get a GoPro and do a chest mount, then I can kind of like film the lines in the skate park, talk to you while I'm riding, like tell you what's going through my head, blah, blah, blah. But it's the POV, and I'm not really a huge fan of the POV footage. It's just not like, I don't know, it's cool in some aspects, but for like a whole video, it's kind of boring. So maybe I'd have to balance the two. I don't know. What do you guys think? GoPro footage, POV, yay or nay? Let me know. I'm real curious. Throw it in there. I think I saw Sean. Chase says, do you know... Wow. So when I met Chase, he was 24 and I was 16, right? That's crazy. Chase has been the best dad I ever had here in Las Cruces. Took me on lots of road trips. Funny story. Wait, I'm going to answer one question and then I'm going to tell a funny story. I'm full of funny stories today. I'm sorry. Because it was a half pipe question. Let me see. Luis said, I did a double peg. I'm so proud of myself. Good job, Luis. Luis, what was the trick you were working on last week? So every week you got to keep updating me with a new trick. Otherwise, we're going to be mad at you. Was it 180s that you were doing or fakies? I feel like it was fakies you were working on. Congrats, man. That's awesome. I love to hear about your guys' progression. It's so much cooler to me when you guys learn a new trick, like hearing 5 of you guys learning a new trick, than when I learn a new trick. Like when I learn a new trick, I'm like, cool. But when I hear, yo, I just learned a double peg, I'm like, yes. I love that. Good job. Anyway, the half pipe question, let me find this. Lucas is a soon to be famous YouTuber. How's the channel, Lucas? How's that going? I haven't seen you on here in a little bit. Oh, Lucas hates GoPro footage. Woodrow Wilson, this is interesting. Eat all you want for dinner. Just cut your breakfast and lunches in half. Totally works. For diet, huh? Diet tips. I like that. Okay, Sean, here it is. Sorry, Sean. I was looking for your comment. I saw it come through. How do you ride a half pipe? This is kind of tough, guys. This is a tough one because there's a lot of different ways to do it. If you're talking about like a mega ramp half pipe, you know, like a big, you're asking the wrong guy. You got to ask Jamie Bestwick or something, not me. Anyway, if you're talking about just a normal half pipe, it's not that bad. You got to be able to air, right? 2, you've got to be able to pump really good, because if it's a smaller half pipe and you air and you land a little low, your speed is absolutely dead for when you go to hit the second part of the half pipe. So you have to be able to pump through that and get enough speed to hit that again. It's not very good if you're pedaling in between airs. The main tip, I guess, drop in with a good amount of speed. Okay. Drop in, speed, you're going, air the quarter, but don't air the quarter straight up. Because when you air it straight up, you have a good chance to case, you have a good chance to land low. So air it wide. And I'm trying to think of how I can show you this. Anyway, just imagine this is, you drop in, okay? You drop in and you can air the quarter like this. Whoop, straight up, back in. That's one way. Or this is the way I'd recommend to you. You go and you air the quarter like this. You see how much longer the arc was? So you don't get as high going that way, but you air more. So you can have more speed. You don't go as high and it carries your speed through the half pipe. This is really hard to explain without like being at a half pipe. But basically drop in, air wider instead of higher. That way you can keep your speed up, pump on your way down, the quarter, and then air again, another wide air on the next one, and just keep going that route. Once you get more comfortable with that, you can start to go faster, and your wide airs will be higher. They'll be as high as they would have been had you just gone straight at it with the first amount of speed. You crank up that speed, you do a wide air, and it's going to be higher, obviously, because it has to be. So hope that helps. That's a confusing one. I'm sorry. Jared says Red Lobster makes the absolute worst burger on the planet. I always go and I get like a feast, but not the ultimate feast because that's expensive. But this time I got like the Admiral's feast, right? It's supposed to be clam strips. They were terrible. It was just terrible. My waiter was terrible. So I gave him a 1 star, and that'll teach them. Just kidding. They don't even care. But it was just sad, you know? I should have went to Olive Garden. Olive Garden never lets me down. So we got 1 vote, right? Lucas said, I hate GoPro footage. Gabe says, I was thinking about getting a GoPro too. Okay. I Skate is trying to learn 180s. Lucas says, get a small used Sony camera that's not too valuable. That's an okay idea. Because I took this bad boy out. We broke the lens. Good thing Jared helped us out. Check out the little cameras that Kramer and Billy Perry use. Maybe I'll do that. I didn't know that. I had no idea what they use. But what I want, though, for it is I want just something small that can kind of do POV because I need to mix that into the footage. Gabe says it's hard to say without seeing the point of view, POV view. Super Noob Smith says Jamaican beef patties. I'm gonna look this up because we could eat Jamaican beef patties for a month and see what happens. That'd be kind of funny. Jamaican? I've never been to Jamaica. Interesting. These look like empanadas. Where do I find someone to make me Jamaican beef patties, though, Super Noob Smith? Okay, here's Hamza's clarification here. I want to buy a Kink Launch Bmx 2021, but I don't know what I have to do because I already send email. There's no response. I'm from Morocco, and the store here are sell because, oh, they're sold out because of good prices all summer. Here, I'm gonna right this second, we will email Jake and I'll just say, hey, I have a guy from Morocco that wants to buy a Kink. Who should he reach out to? Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Give me 5 seconds. Maybe I can screen share. No, I can't. I don't have like a screen share view set up. I was supposed to, Mike from Dance Comp was supposed to be on this one with me. And then he's too busy. Dance Comp is too busy for us, guys. So it's just me talking to you guys. I love when I have one more person on here because then it's just so much easier to talk back and forth. It goes a lot longer. I don't run out of breath so much. And then Hamza, email me at, here, I'll type it in. Hold on. The only reason I'm doing this right now, guys, is because if I don't, I will definitely forget it. So, Morocco or Morocco? How do you spell that? Well, I'll just type it and leave it. And then, but anyway, Hamza, email me douglas@dougsterbob.com. And just so I can send you, like, forward his email, okay? All right, I'm going to leave that up and finish it after the stream. But email me, okay? Beef Bmx, what's up, man? How you been? You been progressing at all? I know you were getting those whips. Did you land the whips consistently, or did you kind of fade off and have to work too much? Super Noob's got me really craving those Jamaican beef patties. EJ1 says, Sunday street sweepers too expensive for a first good quality bike, and I'll get made fun of for the color? Question mark. You could, potentially. Look, that's funny. With that one, it's like, you're a kid, okay? What's up, Jeff? Jeff is watching from Facebook. Jeff, we miss you on here. We still got the featured Jeff finger bikes. Very helpful. Everyone loves the finger bike instruction. Anyway, with the street sweeper, if I was a dad, okay, I'm not that I know of. If I was a dad, and I had a kid, and the kid was like, I'd say middle school age, maybe even younger, maybe elementary school age. They wanted a bike, and it's like, cool, let's get you the Sunday street sweeper, okay? Well, and then I'd be like, oh my God, he's probably getting made fun of at the skate park because kids are mean, especially skater kids, right? Imagine these little skater kids with nose rings and stuff making fun of your kid for riding a pink BMX bike. Fair enough. That'll probably happen. So now me, if I get a pink BMX bike, it's like the whole thing shifts. It's like, bro, that color's so sick, da 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 da. And it's different. But when you're a kid, like if I was buying it for my kid, probably not. Granted, it's also way too expensive for your kid. I'd say there's some guys here in the stream that I would say would like kill it on a bike like that. Like that bike would be perfect for them. But if they're kind of like just brand new riders, here's what always happens, guys. We see BMX, we get into BMX. There's so many comments here where they're like, BMX is hard. I'm going to quit. And it's like, okay, I mean, fair enough. It's not for everybody. And they only last for a year. They only last for 2 years. So so if that happens, I'd way rather that happens on their $300 BMX bike than their $800 BMX bike, because you could buy a $300 BMX bike, ride for a year, quit, and you're only out $300. You can buy an $800 BMX bike, ride for a year, quit, and you're out $800. So it's like, that's why I say that. That's why I say, look, if you're just starting out and you're not sure where you want to go with BMX, don't get a really expensive bike because not many people last. Like BMX is really hard and it takes so many years of just like grinding to get anywhere. I didn't learn tail whips for like 4 or 5 years. Okay. Heads up. 4 or 5 years for whips, 4 or 5 years for bars. And now kids are progressing way faster. But if I was so adamant about that and I didn't love the process, I would have quit a long time ago. So it's like, that happens a lot. So that's why I say that. Anyway, long story. Propaganda says, any details on 2022 We the People bikes or frames or news on release dates? I have no idea what We the People is up to. They commented on one of my reviews, said some stuff. I sent them an email. They didn't reply. It's like, okay, well, whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like everyone is about 6 months behind. So I think they usually start coming out maybe in August, which it is August. So then I'd probably say 6 months from now. Now that's just a guess. I don't know what's going on with everything. But, yeah, not sure. Not sure. But as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. Like I said, Kink has the launch out, and I think that's it. Maybe they have one more. But soon the rest of the line is going to come out. And I heard some shops are sold out on the whip and the switch for like until the 2023 models, which is crazy. But Adteveu says, do you stretch before or after riding? So I always stretch before riding, but not really after. I should stretch after, but I don't. I kind of pace my session in a way that it's like I start out, I stretch, I just do some really fast lines, like just to kind of warm up, no tricks, anything like that. So that's kind of working my body up. And then I work on tricks that I'm already doing and comfortable with that I just want to get more consistent. So that's warming me up even more. And then I spend a little bit of time working on tricks that I can't land very consistently yet. So it's like a little bit of a risk of getting hurt. And then after that, then I decompress with just like more flowing. So that's kind of how I stretch after, is like, I don't just go really hard from trying tricks that I'm trying to learn to stopping right away. I kind of slow it back down by just flowing around and doing some pumping lines and things like that. Super Noob Smith threw in some really good advice here. He says, the scary thing is that the faster you go, the easier it is to understand the pump. I met this guy in Oklahoma City who took his chain off. He also had it tattooed here. It said chainless. And interesting. He took his chain off because he could learn how to pump the bowl without pedaling. And he was really good at it. He was crazy good at it. And so I started trying that, and it does help a lot. You're like, how do I go from no speed, no pedal to getting that speed? And you figure it out. It's like you have these things in the skate park that you can just throw your weight into, and it just catapults you up there. Matt says, what's up, Matt? I haven't seen you in here in a while. He says the Cheddar Bay biscuits. See, that was the only good thing about my meal, was those freaking biscuits. Yeah, Hamza, I'm not seeing any of your comments. I saw the one about Kink, right? I talked about that. I'm going to go out of my way. I'm going to send an email to Kink for you. And if there's more that I'm missing, like, let me know. But I also just told you my email address. So throw me, email me, and we could take care of it. Otherwise, I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm sorry. Super Noob Smith says GoPro is good, but you have to keep the horizon line in view. That's why people hate it. That is a good point. I can never figure out why I hate it. But if it's pointing down and like all you see is the ground and the seat, it's like, that's not a very fun view. So that's a good point. That is a good point. Bigza says, I want to learn turn down. What tricks should I do now? Get comfortable with airs and also hitting hips opposite. So if you normally spin to the left, work on hitting hips to the right, because that's going to get you comfortable with the whip out that you need to fold back into the turn down. So get comfortable kind of hitting hips the opposite way so you can learn how to spin your bike out that way. And then just get comfortable with the airs and that kind of thing. But yeah, a lot of people try and skip to turn down before they can really even air, level out, or even hip and like whip their bike around and bring it back, like motorcycle whip, so work on those things for sure. I'm reading all these comments. I love it. So Beef BMX got a second job, but he's been riding this weekend. I get more motivation than ever. Oh, he's got more motivation. That's awesome, man. I'm super hyped for you. Can't wait to watch you progress. Like every time you come back to the stream, man, you got to give us an update. Where are you at? What are you working on? All right. Gabe wants to remove his brakes so he can tail whip, which he used to do as a kid. Gabe, you mean like foot jam whips or like hop tail whip? Because like I said, I can't remember who it was earlier, but you can foot jam whip and it'll come around, or you can tail whip or whatever. And it should be able to make one full rotation before it gets too tight. Like 2 rotations will probably lock up too much. And it won't it'll lock up your brakes. So, but 1 rotation, generally you can come around with a straight cable and you'll be fine. So you're probably good, but if not, take the whips off and start doing whips, bro. You got it. You're going to progress really fast, Gabe. Like, I don't know what's going on, but you're progressing really fast. Yeah, just like Jared said, you can just unwind it afterwards. Perfect. Add view says the color with the street sweeper is a bit wild. It's not my color, but it's really unique. I don't know. I didn't like the 2021. Are we on 2022? Anyway, I didn't like that blue and yellow color, but I do like the pink and purple. But again, it's like not my color. I wouldn't ride it, you know? Lucas is the best mini Dougster Bob, always answering questions. Thank you, Lucas, for helping out Rodolfo. All right, I'm just reading through all of these questions, guys. If I see a good or comments, I guess not all of them are questions. That's why I'm like reading what's going on. I should just jump to the questions, but it's fun to just read them. I see what the heck you guys are talking about. You guys don't even need me. Look at these conversations in here. That's so funny. Okay, I think I'm caught up actually. So that is good. Victor says, do you know when We the People will drop a 2022 line? And we talked about this. I don't know. I have no idea. Like I said, usually they're about 6 months, or it seems like manufacturing is about 6 months behind. So last year, I want to say they came out in August, maybe July. And so 6 months from then would be my guess date. You know, Kink usually comes out in like March. So April, May, June, July, August. They're coming out, should be next month. So that'd be right at about 6. So I'd say that it's about a 6-month delay for We the People also. Total guess though. I have no idea. Total guess. Hazama says, what advice can you give me to learn how to do old school BMX tricks from the 80s? I have trouble jumping abnormally on a BMX bike. I don't know what like 80s tricks are, like tabletops, 1-footed tables. Yeah, I got nothing, man. Watch a lot of the old school videos. I feel like when Nick and I were working on bike school, we were talking a lot about, you know, other things that are doing it. And he said he has a video, VHS videos, okay, VHS videos of Fuzzy Hall teaching like certain tricks. And I guess you could probably buy it and get it sent to you, and then you watch it on the TV. That's so funny. Way back, man. But find something like that where it's like that specific kind of riding, that specific kind of tricks, and then kind of analyze it, break it down. But I don't know exactly what you're struggling with. You know what I mean? At Vayu says, does one get scared to go to the skate park? I think that's a good question for all of you guys. Not necessarily me. I don't get scared to go to the skate park at all. I get kind of frustrated sometimes, but I don't get scared. Craig Ranch in Vegas, let me tell you, It's an amazing skate park. Craig Ranch is amazing. One time I came from Montana down to Denver, like I stayed the night in Denver, I slept in my car. I was just being like a hobo going around riding bikes. It was really fun. And then I went to Vegas on my way to Phoenix. So I went through Vegas, I cut around. It was a long trip, but I really wanted to ride some Vegas parks. And I got there like to Craig Ranch and it was just super sketchy. And then like where, the skater was snaking us, and then this other biker guy's like, I'm gonna get my homie who's a blood to come over here and shoot this fool. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I said, I'm not gonna stay here in Vegas. So I stayed up all night and drove to Phoenix. So I mean, like, skate parks like that probably get scared of hanging out around too much. Oh God, I haven't been since too. Like I want to go back, it's not super crazy, but it's just, Vegas is hardcore, man. Vegas is hardcore. Hamza says, bro, is the Kink launch 2021 worth it? The Kink launch is the better option between the Sunday primer and the Kink launch. Okay. But yeah. If you're a beginner, it's going to be a solid bike. If you're a mid-level rider, like you're doing 360s, tail whips, bar spins, anything like that, then it's not going to be high enough quality for you. But if you're just learning like bunny hops, manuals, 180s, fakies, things like that, it's going to be a good choice for you. Hamza, I think it's a solid choice. Propaganda says, bro, I hate the skate park. That's funny. Yeah. Like Beef said, for the most part, like I know my park here in Cruces and even some of the parks in El Paso nowadays, like BMX and skaters get along a lot better than they used to. Chase, if you're still on here, like Chase has a lot of good stories about back in the day when he was my age riding at the skate park, like, or even younger, I guess. Like the skaters would try and slash your tires and it was just like, it was crazy. But now that doesn't necessarily happen. And for the most part, other BMX riders, we all share like that common love. We're all really open to having other people come ride with us. Like it's a lot more fun. So I don't think you'll really run into that unless it's like skaters or something like that. You know what I mean? Victor says, any tips on how and where I can purchase the 2021 We the People Envy? Or should I just wait for the 2022 Envy? I think if you can find the 2021, go for it. Get the 2021 because 2022 We the People Envy is probably going to be $100, $200 more. It's going to be a lot more expensive. So I would definitely say to go get that. And not wait, but you might not be able to find it in stock anywhere. Like maybe eBay. Yeah, they're sold out almost everywhere. It's crazy, but here, let me look. I'll just do a quick search, see what comes up. Look, Albie says they have it, but let's see if it's out of stock. It says it's a pre-order. You can pre-order it. What is going on? We want to choose. Hold on. We're going to say you're getting the. Hey, well, look at this. Maybe they're getting a restock in before they even do the 2022 bikes. $12.49. So I'm going to send you this link on Albies. This is a pre-order. Guys, be careful with pre-orders just because Time to Shine BMX was doing that with bikes that they had not even gotten in for like months. And then you tie your money up for months and it's just a disaster. If you're confident Albies is trusted for sure, then you can do it, but your money's going to be tied up until they get it. And they're saying estimated. So on here, it says estimated ship date 8/27/2021, which is actually today. And I don't know if they mean they're going to get it in on the 27th. They're going to ship out from the distributors to the stores on the 27th. They're going to ship them out to the customers on the 27th. I don't know, but I'll throw this link in here and then you can kind of kind of look at it. But if they're all getting them, if Dan's Comp gets them in stock, I'm going to say buy them from Dan's Comp. But let's see. I'm going to post this. Oh, yep, there you go. That's that Albies link. So you can get it from there. You can pre-order it from there. So I'm going to assume they're going to have it in stock soon and restock. So that's interesting. They're going to do one more 2021 restock before they drop the line, which is I'm excited about. Look, here's Time to Shine selling it. Oh my God. These guys. I'm curious what they say. Like, hold on. I got to look at it. I'm real curious. And I think the price, Hazama did go up on the Envy just a little bit, even though it's a 2021 model. So keep that in mind. Propaganda says my local was a Vegas style skate park. Yeah, and Time to Shine, it's $100 cheaper than it was on Albies. But don't let them scam you. This says it'll ship October 2021. So August, September, October. That's probably when they're actually going to come out. I think that's a better guesstimate. But again, I have like 4 videos on why you should not trust Time to Shine. They keep saying that you should trust Time to Shine, but they are liars. Don't do it. Don't do it. Unless it's like a small part. If it's something, they're a real shop. They're legit. Okay. But they just list bikes that they don't have in stock. They take your money and then they say, yeah, it'll ship soon. And then they say that for 3 months and then maybe it will ship. But anyway, long story. Lucas, you're like, Lucas is like parting out the perfect custom bike for Rodolfo. I think that's funny. Rodolfo, where are you buying your parts from? If you buy any from Dan's Comp, click this link. Make me a few dollars. Hold on. God, I really want to build up like my dream bike, or just buy the Dark Wave. I really want to buy the Dark Wave too, but I haven't bought any bike parts yet because I keep buying cameras. Rodolfo, once you get that bike all built up, you have to send us a picture because I'm really curious to see it. That is the Dan's Comp link to help me out. If you guys are buying anything and you use that, like I said, I'll make a little bit of money. At Vayu says, I think my handlebar slipped. I put it on myself. I wish I had a stim I could show you real quick. So one common thing with that, I'll pop my back, is when people tighten their bolts. So you put your handlebars on, you put your top plate on, okay, you screw it down a little bit. People tighten the corners, right, way too tight. So they just tighten one bolt as much as they can. They tighten it, they tighten it, they tighten it. Then they go to the next one, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it. So imagine if it's a top load and you tighten the 2 back bolts as much as you can, but the 2 front bolts are barely tightened. Your plate, instead of being level, is going to be like this. So when you tighten these 2 top bolts, it's not able to come fully flush because it's jammed like this. So it's always going to be looser than it was. So what you want to do is you want to tighten this bolt and then go over, where am I? And then go over to this bolt, and then go over to this bolt, and then go down to this bolt, and then this bolt, and then this bolt, and then this bolt, and then this bolt. And you want to tighten in a cross pattern like that because that pulls the top plate down equally across the whole thing so your bars don't slip. So try that. That will probably help you so that you don't kill your bars. Propaganda says dope stream, but I got to go. All right, man. Have fun. We'll see you later. Lucas, writing notes in my notepad as you guys type. That's awesome. Oh. Yeah, Victor says, I put an order on Time to Shine 2 weeks ago. He said it will ship at the end of August. Now he said September. Now the website says October. Exactly. That dude, he's been doing that since July. It was like 2022 or 2021 Sabrosa bikes. This kid bought it, said it would ship in a week. Right, a week later, he said, well, we just got them in stock. Like, we're going to ship it out very soon. And then, you know, a month later, it's like, hey, well, you know, it still hasn't shipped yet, but it will very soon. And it literally went like that for months. Like, he just asked for a refund. He eventually got it. But there's like a lot of people like that, Victor, that haven't gotten anything. But on the contrary, like, not. Okay, it's back. So I'm recording on this little pod track thing. And, bro, how long was I talking with? I hate my life. It's like, guys, have you ever had this happen? At Victor's question, it went off at Victor's question. You guys just watch me talk for like 25 minutes. Anyway, I hate when, so imagine this, right? You're on the phone with somebody. Oh yeah, hello. You know, they're like, how's your fit? What'd you do today? And you're like, oh, well, today I did this and I did this. And then like, I picked up my dog from the grocery store and then the bananas were spoiled and then your phone rings and you're like, what the hell? Why is my phone ringing? And it's that person calling you back, right? It's your mom calling you back. And you're like, oh my God, I literally just told you that whole story and you weren't there. Like I was just talking to nobody. That's what I just did to you. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm back. Yeah. You trying to read my lips? Okay, wait. Thank you, Chase. Thank you, everyone who told me no sound. And everyone who stayed watching me just ramble without any sound. That's so funny. Anyway, Victor, I got to go back to what Victor was saying. I don't know where it cut out. So anyway, Victor says, I put in an order from Time to Shine weeks ago. He said it would ship at the end of August. Now he said September, and now the site says October. And what I was saying when I was rambling is that that's been happening since like July. There was a kid on here. He's like, hey, I want Sabrosa. Okay, he's like, I got the Sabrosa from Time to Shine. Is it trusted? And I'm like, I've read some bad reviews about them, so I don't think so. And then he's like, a week later, the guy says, hey, the bikes are just starting to arrive. Like, we'll ship it out very soon. And he said, awesome. And then like a week later, he's on the stream. He said, bro, now he's telling me it'll be the end of the month. And I'm like, that's not awesome. And he's like, next week. Oh my God, it still hasn't shipped. Like, what should I do? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if it's ever going to ship, And so the moral of the story, Victor, is that's been like a reoccurring thing for a long time. That's been going on for a long time. And I feel like, yes, they actually sell bikes and they actually sell parts, but I just think they're really dishonest about the timeline that it's actually going to go out, because they're able to jump in line. They're not a first choice, right? No one would choose Time to Shine over Albies or Empire and Dance Comp and all of these big brands like Source. No one's going to choose them. So they can say that, yo, we have these in stock when no one else does, and then they'll buy them. I put bikes, I said they were in stock on my website, which nobody goes to, right? The store version of my website. And I said these were in stock because I wanted Google to rank it better. And then like I sold 2 bikes. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have 2 bikes to give you, and, but the moral of the story is like them doing that, they're getting hella sales right now and they're just not being honest about the timeline. So it's kind of sad, it's a sad deal. But you could get your refund. You could wait and see what happens. Like it might be October. It might be, like I said, 6 months from July. So December. I had to use my fingers to count that. That's so funny. But I do feel like most brands for sure are going to try their best to launch October or November to get at least some bikes out before Christmas, because that is a huge time for them. So yeah. Then I asked about Jared's question, is the Soundwave better than the Darkwave? And the answer to me is they're pretty much the same. Quality wise, they're very, very similar. The biggest difference there is that the Darkwave has a little bit different geometry. I mean, they both have different geometry, and that's really the main difference. So the Darkwave would be really good for someone like me who's 6'4". The Soundwave is someone who's like 6'2", tiny differences, but the differences are in the geometry. Quality, they're pretty much the same. And then what I was ranting on while it was cut out was about the fork stuff, is that I want to go down and try 15s. Lucas is talking about wanting to try 18s. We're both on 25s or 26 millimeter forks. But what you have to be careful with, Rodolfo especially, is like, I don't know what frame you guys were talking about, but the head tube angle also plays a role. So normal head tube angles are 75. Okay, but steep head tube angles are 75.5. So then it's going to be like this. And then if you combine that 75.5 with a 18 or 15 millimeter fork, that whole front end like responsiveness, it gets even like steeper, I guess this way, steeper. And so like if you just have a 75 and with the 18 millimeter forks, it's not as bad, but a 75.5 with the 18 millimeter. So you got to look at all of those things and not necessarily just the offset. So keep that in mind, because that whole thing plays a role, and you don't want to get too responsive and snappy, because if you do, you're going to loop out. They'll call you Loop Out Larry, and you don't want to be called Loop Out Larry. But look at these. These are probably the ones I'm going to buy. They're Shadow. I don't know how I feel about Shadow, but they have the adjustable offsets. They don't go all the way up to 18 millimeter, but you can adjust it from 22 to 25 to 28. And then you can kind of see, one, the difference. You can see how different 28 versus 22 is. And you can also see which one you like better and switch it up with your riding. Like if I'm going to ride dirt, I'm going to want to ride 28 millimeter offset. But if I'm riding street, I probably want to throw on the 22 millimeter offset. So I'm going to throw this in the chat. You can check these out too. Those are the Shadow Voltus forks. Pretty solid. I think that's what I'm going to get. But I wish they had steeper options. Like I wish they went 18, 22, 28, something like that. Okay, and then we're back at all the comments with no sound. Good. Yeah, this thing died. The thing that is giving the sound to my computer. So we got that all fixed. Oh, only about a minute. That's not too bad. I wonder how much of that I just repeated. Raider Al says, my Letum has a free coaster. Do you think free coasters will develop to where there is no slack? I know that there's hybrids out there now. What do you think? Um, I think, yeah, so you can get like the Revolution, the Alienation, whatever. They're not fully free coasters. And I don't think the free coaster would fully work without slack. Like, I think it needs to have slack so that it works, because without slack, you get that engagement problem, is that if you land a 180 and your foot's a little bit forward, you get locked up and it flips you backwards. So you really don't want that to happen. That's why people ride with so much slack. Like, imagine doing a 180 down El Toro with all that speed, your free coaster engages and flips you back on your head. No good. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever get there. Like, the Profile Z coaster is pretty solid, where you can kind of adjust it and engage it or disengage it. The Revolutionary, what do they call that? Anyway, whatever the system, God, I can't even think of it. But whatever the system is for those kinds of free coasters, it's a whole different thing, but it is essentially no slack. So there's a lot of different options out there. The best thing to do, this is what I would recommend, win the lottery and then buy all the different free coasters and test them out, and you can kind of see which one you like the best. Otherwise, you just got to try them one at a time, and that's kind of an expensive process. What's up, Aaron? Aaron watching on Facebook. I think Aaron and I are long lost cousins because we both have the same last name. Crazy. Adveyu says Amazon has no-name BMXs for 3 times the normal price. Do you mean 3 times cheaper or 3 times more expensive? Because you probably mean 3 times cheaper, and there's going to be a reason that they're 3 times cheaper. Trust me, or don't trust me and find out when you get one. It's like, I know, guys, I do this too. I look at different things. I'm like, I could just buy this from Alibaba for way cheaper. And then I do. And for some things, it doesn't matter. And some things I'm like, this is a hunk of junk. Like, I would never buy a no-name brand camera off of Alibaba, right? I wouldn't do that, because it's like, okay, cool, it's $600 instead of $2,000, but I'm not so sure that would be a good investment. Now, a pencil, right? I'd buy a 10-cent pencil over a $2 pencil just because it's a freaking pencil. It doesn't matter. But you got to be smart with that. And the BMX bike, guys, I'll tell this story every time it comes up. This kid got his elite bike. He's like, bro, I just got this bike. He's super hyped. He's a scooter kid in El Paso. I'm like, that's sick. That's awesome. He's like, I got it from Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, that's awesome. He goes, he takes a lap around the park. He comes back. He said, bro, my pedal fell off. And I said, that's not awesome. It was like, it just fell off. Like, where it screws in just got stripped out and was, it's like, come on, man. So, that's just things that happens with those lower quality bikes. So there you go. You're welcome, Victor. I hope that was a good answer for your question. Adverse JCB says, are you into Cult Camo Tires? Not really. I think people can make some pretty cool looking bikes with them, but I'm not a fan of the Cult tires, and I'm not really a fan of the whole camo makeup either. Adveyu says, is Mongoose BMX any good? Yeah, I want to see who's saying I talk way too much. Are you? Wait, Jacob, are you or Lucas? Are you saying I talk way too much or Brant talks way too much? I talk a lot too. Who talks way too much, me or Brant? That's funny. Anyway, I was answering the Mongoose question. Mongoose is okay. Super Noob Smith, I'm pretty sure. God, I have good memory, but got a Mongoose Legion 500, I want to say, which is their most expensive and their best quality bike. As a brand, I like Mongoose. I love what they're doing for BMX. They're sponsoring like some of the best riders, right? They're putting on events. They're doing a lot for the BMX economy. Their bikes are pretty mass produced, I guess is what I would want to say. Like, yes, most bikes are made in the same places, but the quality is cheaper on Mongoose. However, you get the top line Mongoose for 500 or 600. It really does rank up there with like the Cult Devotion. It ranks up there with the Sunday X. It ranks up there with those other bikes. It's solid. Now the cheaper ones, I'm not so sure that I would trust that, you know, to go over a jump with me, but they do make the L500, I think, is their highest quality. That's a solid bike. Yeah, but Super Noob had a few problems with it, just like, you know, little random things. And that's what I'm saying is like, you get these little issues with like elite bikes, right? Like that kid's pedal falling off and just random things like that, on these more mass produced bikes. However, he reached out to Mongoose. They sent him literally everything that he needed, to fix those issues. So that was really cool. Customer service, A1. Good job, Mongoose. We love to see it. Aoki says layered frames. Look, man, if I had a lot of money, I would definitely buy a layered frame. Funny story. I found Mike Laird on Instagram one day. I was like, this guy rides BMX. This guy has the same last name of me. How crazy. And so I messaged him. I had no idea who he was. I'm just a dumb, ignorant kid. And I was like, yo, we have the same last name. He didn't reply. Never replied. Never even looked at it. So I'm kind of heartbroken. But another thing, though, with layered frames, great quality, guys. Very good quality. However, very expensive. And he's like, takes 5 or 6 months, I think. Chris, the El Paso friend, bought a layered frame. And Mike Laird would be posting like Warzone clips, right? Like he'd be posting about, he's like Warzone clips, you know, playing Xbox, all this stuff. And Chris is like, bro, where's my frame? Bro. He's like, this guy has all these orders, you know, and then he just kind of chills. He takes his time. He could bang out a frame a day at the rate he was saying that it takes him to actually make them, but he just doesn't. So it's kind of like if you place an order, you've got that money tied up for 6 months until your frame gets finished and sent to you, but they are really good quality. Like the higher end, like SE and Mongoose team riders don't ride SE and Mongoose frames. They pay Mike Laird to build custom frames for their team riders. So that's what they're riding. They're not really riding Mongoose. Fun fact. You're welcome, Raider Isle. Glad I could help you out, man. Hello says, is Mankind BMX bikes good? I'm going to say not really. I haven't looked at too many of them, but it's that same business model as like Elite and Mafia and them. It's like they make bikes, they sell bikes, and then that's it. Okay. Whereas all the other bike companies like Kink makes bikes, sell bikes, and then with that money that they make, they pay riders. They sponsor events. They sponsor road trips. They do a lot with that money. And so it helps the whole economy. Whereas Mankind, they sell bikes, whether they're the same quality bikes or not, that money comes from BMX. They take it from BMX and then they put it elsewhere. Kink sells a bike, they take it from the BMX riders and they put it back into BMX just in different ways. So Kink Fit, all the core brands of BMX, I'd say go with, even though they're going to be a little more expensive. That's just a way to go. What's up, King Crab? Jared, how you doing, man? Andre says, I will sub if you tell me what you think on the Stranger Ballistic frame set. Let's see. We're just talking about my, penny for my thoughts, I guess. I can't find it. Frame set. Are you talking about BMX? I mean, I know Stranger. Where's my bang? Or is it a bike? Are you saying ballistic? Am I reading that right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not pulling. When I searched for it, Andre, it didn't come up, and it's like the Stranger 2021 bikes very soon, and have those videos out because I think some of them are worth talking about. Some of them are worth saying, yo, whoa, don't buy that bike. But some of them are worth talking about. So. The hair. Aoki says your hair is better than Brand's. Dude, that's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. Stop. Anyway, yeah, I take a lot of pride in my hair, I guess. You guys are hilarious. That's so funny. My hair, if my hair was as long as his, it just wouldn't work. Like, it's so curly and thick, it just poofs up. Like, you guys in the videos more recently before I got a haircut, it's a disaster. God, that's so fucking funny. Okay, Victor says, what are the best tires for all around dirt, skate, and street? I'm gonna say Demolition Momentums. These are my all-time favorite tires. They are the best, and they're not really the best. They wear down really fast, okay? They wear down really fast, so you have to replace them, I'd say every 3 months, probably. For me, I have to replace them about every 3 months at the rate I ride, but they're $25 each. They're really light. They're going to save you a lot of weight, especially if you're replacing them with some stock tires. They're going to save you a ton of weight. And the other thing, light, cheap, and that's about it. They grip really good too, but for all around, I think that's the best option. I've never really had an issue with them at the skate park unless they're really worn down. That's the link for them. I just threw them in there. Yeah, all around, never had an issue with them. If you primarily focus on dirt, like you'd want different tires. If you primarily focus on park, I'd go with Maxxis Grifters. If you primarily focus on street, I'd go with street-specific tires like Donna Squeaks or Donna Streets or Merit Option. But if you're all around like me, that's why I got them, because I love riding street, but then I also love going to the park, and those tires are perfect for that. Aaron likes the Cult Vans waffle tires. Oh, the Vans waffle tires are very similar to Cult tires. I think they're the exact same. Hamza says, Alibaba, any company sell BMX bikes from China and the quality good or not? Hamza, I'm not sure, because I've looked at them. Like, I've looked at them on Alibaba to kind of see. They say the specs are good. You know, you have bikes. Actually, I found some exact Verdi BMX bikes on an Alibaba manufacturer's website. You know, they're using that as their portfolio. And so, like, a lot of the bikes are made from the Taiwan manufacturers, right? They're all the same. Some are different manufacturers, but most are the same. And then it just goes into the branding and the marketing. I know Super Noob Smith has hit on this a few times, and that's really how it is. I think some do put different levels of quality into it. Some also put different levels of like they don't charge as much, right? So if you think about, say, Sunday and Kink are the exact same. Sunday is usually $50 to $100 more for similar quality. It's like, okay, then why are they charging so much? You know what I mean? I think some are okay and some are not good. But anyway. Oh, Lucas says Brant talks too much about planetary coasters. Lucas, we're going to have you on the live, man. You pop on the live, you can answer questions with me. I think that'd be fun. If you want to do that, message me. I'll have you on the next one. Aaron says Harry Main's getting a Laird frame LV. Heard him talking about it with disc brake mounts. I still love Harry Main. Love him. Even though he quit BMX, you know, he got pushed out, I'd say, but Gabe, have a good ride, man. Work on that progression. I'm excited to see your post in the bike school members group. You are killing it. Killing it, man. Just killing it. Okay, Andre, the ballast. Okay. Andre's talking about the Stranger ballast frame. I think Stranger's aftermarket parts are really solid. Not, like I said, not really a fan of their complete bikes, some of their complete bikes, but not a fan of some of their complete bikes. And we're mad that Stranger sponsored Adam LZ, right? Or am I the only one? All right, Stranger's website kind of sucks. Okay, the ballast frame. 20.75, 21. It's got a steep responsive head tube angle, the 75.5. We just talked about that earlier. You know, with if you mix that with 15 millimeter forks, that thing is going to be so responsive in the front end. And then it's also got a pretty responsive back end at 12.8. So spins are going to be a little easier. Your balance point in your manual is going to be harder to find, but it's going to be easy to pull up into manuals. And then the standover height's 9, not really a big deal. And it's fairly heavy. I think 5.4 is pretty heavy. It's got gussets, solid. We like to see that. We like to see it. Yeah. I mean, that's about it, you know, really responsive. So I'd say, like, guys, if you look at Corey Walsh, okay, how Corey Walsh rides, he wouldn't ride a frame like this. This is way too responsive, way too snappy. This would be something like Garrett Reynolds style, Jake Seeley, you know, riders that do those technical responsive street tricks, maybe even some park tricks. Hi, my name is Hi says hi. Hi. I think, guys, if you have any last minute questions, throw them in here. Yo, somebody donated $10. Aoki, bro, thank you. I really appreciate that. I love when I make like enough money to get some Wendy's after the stream. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Like, guys, this is just me giving my hour of my time to answer your questions. So it's a lot of fun, honestly. My back hurts sometimes, but not really. We need more stickers. Okay. I have some more stickers, not like this, but I have some of the Dougster Bob ones. Jared, if you want, email me or message me on Instagram your address and I'll send you some more. Not a problem, man. I will hook my favorite bike school member I was up with stickers. Gabe. Oh, Gabe's not on here. I was going to say, Gabe, I'll send you some stickers too. But, what I wanted to mention, Jared said a good question. I don't know why LZ gets so much hate. I'll tell you why I gave LZ so much hate, because here's two things. Mad respect for what LZ is able to do, right? He's able to take a passion, monetize it, make a good amount of money. That is the dream. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Just a little different approach. But anyway, like, mad respect for doing that. LZ did really good. What I didn't particularly like, the Stranger thing didn't bug me too much because I totally get Rich's perspective on it. And like, that's a good move for most brands. BMX is weird. And for some reason it pissed everyone off. In like any other industry, that would be a good move, putting LZ on, because he has a huge influence on people. And that's important for marketing. Anyway, but I was like, bro, this is not fair. I'm like as good as Adam LZ back in the day, right? When I was thinking that, I was as good as him. Easy. Not easy. It'd be a close one. It'd be a close one. He probably beat me in a game of bike, but we were pretty close and I was pretty ignorant. So I was like, oh, that's not fair. You know, I should be sponsored, but blah, 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 blah. And I was really against it. I didn't really like the vlog stuff, but I have watched some of his stuff. A lot of the way he comes at it, it's like so energetic, and like, I can't do it, you know, cause I'm more like, I say I'm more chill than laid back, but I'm also pretty like over the top. But when I watch stuff, like, I just like it to be nice and relaxed. I hate loud noises. I'm really weird like that. And so like his style of content wasn't for me either. But guy's a genius and deserves everything. Like, he worked for it for sure. He has a business degree and he made it work. Like, I think that's crazy. But, Lucas, bro, Jake kept throwing money at me. I felt bad. That was crazy. $400. Yeah, it's okay. With the Dougster Bob thing, people aren't sure if my name's Doug or Bob or Stir. I don't know. So either what, you guys call me whatever. So I started saying at the beginning of my newer videos, it's like, what's up, guys? Douglas from DougsterBob.com here, as a way so people aren't like thinking I'm Bob. I don't care if you think I'm Bob. It doesn't really matter to me, but anyway. Adveu got water poured down on his bike. That's sad, man. Radage says, just got a Sunday X. Could you recommend some pegs, please? I'll send you peg recommendation link. So everyone says, look, I am cheapo, and the only pegs that I ride are the ones like people give me, whether I get them in like a contest or a jam or the homies just hook it up. That's the only time I really buy pegs. But everyone, Lucas will probably say Colt Butter. I'm going to also say everyone says the Colt Butter pegs are the best. So if you want some good pegs and you want to spend a lot of money, go with these Colt Butter pegs. If not, just get literally the cheapest pegs. They all do the same thing. They all grind. They all, pegs do peg things. That's what pegs do, is just the things that pegs are supposed to do. So, but what I was going to say. Yeah. So, if you want the really expensive ones, there you go. If you want the cheap ones, just get the cheap ones. It doesn't really matter that much. And Jared says something about, guys, Jared, you guys remember, we got to give Jared a shout out too, because we talked about Jake throwing $400 at me on the live, which was absolutely crazy. Jared also hooked it up with like $400 for the broken camera lens. This one that's not broken anymore because I bought a new one. And you guys are amazing. Like all of you guys, even you guys that just watch this stuff and share it because you don't have money to donate, being a part of the community, this is my baby, right? This channel, the website, everything's my baby. And so having all of you guys on here is just already incredible. And then the guys that give me money, like, guys, I really appreciate it. I can't say it enough. So big shout out to everyone who helps out in any way. I love you guys. And now it's Bob. Hello, Bob. I will send you an email. His name is Douglas. Stir Bob. Bobster Doug. Sean would call me D Bob Dog. So it's like D Bob Dog, DAWG. And that was kind of the vlog. It was going to be D Bob Vlog as kind of the idea with the vlog. And then I just number them that way. And I was like, I don't know if I should number them. I don't know the structure I want to do. Cool. So does anyone have any last minute questions? I guess there's a delay, so I have to give you some time to answer if you have any last minute questions. But, so I'm going to wait 5 seconds, see if there's any questions. If not, I'm going to go ride today and try and film a couple videos. If I go buy a GoPro, we're going to get some POV footage. If I don't buy a GoPro, then we won't, but I don't know. I had to fix my radiator, so it's like I shouldn't buy a GoPro. I barely have enough in like my I have an account that my real job pays me, and that's what I pay for everything out of. And then I have an account that I make like the YouTube ad money and stuff that goes in, and like that one I could just barely buy a GoPro. But I'm like, when my bills hit on my personal account, I'm kind of SOL. So I'm like, maybe I should wait, but I'm also pretty reckless. So, And Taveu says, is BMX easier than skateboarding? For me, it definitely is. But what do you guys, is it easier for you guys or no? I have a friend who can skate, can bike, can scooter, like just very talented all around. I hop on a skateboard. I've landed a shove it one time. I can't really ollie. And like, I'm really big. So it's like, if you see those slams of people, tall people, the board loops out. It's like all this force going straight to the ground. So I am not a big fan of skating. It's just really hard. That's it. It's just really hard. Kakawi says, yo, Douglas, I haven't ride BMX for a couple years and I'm a mid-level rider. Do you think I should buy a pro level bike? Kakawi, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you going to stick with the sport? So pro level bike, I'd say like you're going to keep riding for a few more years. You're either going to, maybe you have a kid you want to ride later when you quit riding. You just want something like that. Then dude, yes. If you have the money, get a really good quality bike, like be proud of it. If you don't, you'd be fine on a mid-level bike for a while. So like, it's like, do you want to get the Sunday Soundwave or do you want to get the Sunday X? And you're already at a mid-level, you used to do whips, you used to do bars, maybe even flips, go with the Soundwave, right? Go with the higher quality one. But if you're just barely there, go with the X, get back into it slowly. And then if you want to progress, you can kind of progress at your own rate. Arsul, it's 3 a.m. Dude, thank you so much for hanging out on the live. I appreciate it. Even though it's 3 a.m., that's awesome. Have a good sleep, man. We'll get some shredding done this week, though, or this weekend. It's not the week anymore. Get some shredding done. Oh, Jared's saying check out the Insta 360. I'm going to have to check that out too. Jared, send me the address. I'll send you some stickers too. Oh, Eggman says Sunday Forecaster, Kink Switch all the way. The Forecaster's bars are not full chromoly. The Forecaster forks are not full chromoly. The Switch is going to have double wall rims. The Switch is going to have full chromoly bars, full chromoly forks. It's a much better bike. I think it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but like when you consider all that extra quality, the Switch is the way to go for sure. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to look at the Insta 360, maybe buy a GoPro, maybe just, I don't know. I need to eat some food. All right. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out on the live. We might do another one on Sunday, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed and all that good stuff so that you get notified. And yeah, that's all I got. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on Instagram or pop in for the